My name is Peter Bruninger.
And I'm Terry Arinci with AVShowrooms.
And we're here for Reviewer's View on location. So viewers, Reviewer's View is usually on location audio shows, but now this is an audio show. We're at GTT Audio in New Jersey. And pretty soon we're going to be featuring the Discovery Tonearm with Bill Parrish. But we just did the demo back and forth between the Kronos, the original,
And the Discovery Tonearm.
Yep. And Terry, what did you think?
It's a market difference. You don't have to be a trained ear to hear the difference. That's the truth. When we went from the Chronoscope to the Discovery, and then the other way around, one recording we did went from the Discovery to the Chronoscope. The Chronoscope is so thin and so weak and distant. When you put the Discovery on, it just opened up the soundstage.
No, it's a Discovery RS, and there's also a Chronoscope RS, and that stands for Resonance Suppression. And the original Chronoscope, designed by a different designer. The Chronoscope RS is designed solely by Louis Desjardins, as is a Discovery. So we have a little bit different design team going on here. What I hear is when you play the difference between these two arms, when you drop that Discovery needle down, it's just naturalness. It's
effortless.
Effortless.
It just brings the music. It's much more soulful, meaning it's a lot more engaging. You really engage in the music a lot more with the Discovery on.
I totally agree. Yeah, we played two tracks. We played the
Vanessa Fernandez.
Yeah.
And Charlie Parker, Charlie on Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie on Charlie, the jazz
It was
album.
Charlie
Watts
was playing Charlie on Charlie.
Yeah.
That's the name of the album.
And on the Chronoscope, the first arm designed by the first team, there was a little bit of sharpness. You could hear a little bit of spittiness in it. And as soon as the needle dropped on the Discovery, it was gone. It was just so warm and big and huge.
I felt that the Chronoscope also made the music sound compressed. I really got, on the Charlie on Charlie album, I started hearing all the instruments at the same level.
How about
I
that?
didn't hear the separation that you got with the Discovery on.
Yeah, Discovery is just this broad, expansive soundstage full of naturalness. Well, we're talking enough about it. We're here to.
It's time to
show you.
hear it.
It's time to show you the arms because this is the most beautiful tone arm I think I've ever seen. So here we go. Let's show you the arms. We're going to do a back-to-back comparison, and then we're going to wrap up. Okay.
Thank you.
Here we are. Reviewer's View at GTT Audio. Bill Parrish.
Peter, how are you?
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
This is fantastic coming up here. You're going to see in just a moment one of the most, if not the most beautiful tone arm in the world. And then you're going to hear a comparison between it and the first model. So Bill, tell us a little bit about it. I'll back out and you're the star here today.
Well, about a week or two ago, Louis Desjardins, Kronos Audio, released two new tone arms. The Discovery RS, which we've got mounted here on the Discovery turntable, and then the Chronoscope RS, which I don't have mounted currently because you're going to take it home, Peter, and you're going to compare it to the Black Beauty. But why did Louis invent these is the big question. And as we know, with COVID and all that's been going on the last couple of years, Louis, who normally is on the road all the time, got to stay at home and really do his engineering. And last summer, we released the Discovery turntable. Amazing success with that. You covered it extensively. But it was completely different than the Pro and the Sparta. He used new technologies, used a new exoskeleton system, different ways of controlling vibrations, put interrupts so the vibrations can't transfer from one piece to another. And it absolutely worked. His theories and his designs worked with huge success. And then he started thinking, why can't I bring this into an arm? So we had always dealt with a third party on the arms, and we had the Helena, we had the Black Beauty, then significantly better Tonearm was the Kronoscope, and the whole time that all these arms were out there, Louis was doing a lot. The only thing he was buying was the wand. It was the wand, but everything in the back, all the weights, the way that the Tonearm mounted to the counterweight system, all that you see there was Louis'. So he thought about it and thought about it, and that evolved over the last 10 years significantly for people that were early Black Beauty owners. They certainly got the upgrades and saw it evolve. And he thought he's going to apply some of the technology that he's done in the base of the arms and in the Discovery turntable and introduce it into the arm. And that's when he came out with the idea for the resonance suppressor Tonearm. The head shells in these arms are very, very similar, but the pad, if you will, that the cartridge mounts on is on. It's only held to the Tonearm in 5 points, and then the cartridge itself mounts to this pad through a waffle base. So there's very, very, very little contact with the cartridge and the Tonearm. And then he found out that these wands resonate and feed noise and vibrations back into the tip of the cartridge. And that's not what you want. What you want from a cartridge is to read the grooves and only the grooves. You want to isolate that stylus, that diamond, as much as possible. You don't want anything backfeeding into it. You just want it, as Louis says, to get the gold out of the bottom of the grooves. Well, that's what he's done. And he's used all sorts of different materials, those interrupts I talked about, certainly multi-layer damping, but we've got a waffle pad, there's some honeycomb material in there, there's Kevlar, here's carbon fiber, and there's something very special also in the resonance suppressor, which I'm not going to be the one to divulge. If that comes out, that'll be Louis. But I'll tell you that it's significant enough to where it's patent pending. I mean, what has gone on with this Tonearm, with both of these Tonearms, is something that's never been tried before, never been achieved, and you guys just heard it, and it's it's special. It's totally special because we thought the Kronoscope was great. The Kronoscope, the original Kronoscope, was the best Tonearm we had heard, and now we've got Kronoscope RS. $3,500 less than what the original Kronoscope is, blows it away. And then for those that want to step up for another $6,500, they can grab the Discovery RS.
No, that's
So,
super.
Yeah,
Just super.
Yeah, it's very, very special. I think that's really enough to talk about, and I think what we should do is listen.
I think we should too.
See if the listeners, see if it'll translate through your microphone there. But we listened, and it was pretty significant, I'd say.
Yep. Again, we're going to start with the Kronoscope,
Okay.
and then we're going to move over to the Discovery RS. And you'll see in the video as we move forward, what we'll do is we'll just start. We'll play the track through on the first, and then on the Discovery, we'll play the track through. And then we'll just briefly sum it up because you're going to hear the difference.
Yeah. One thing I'll mention, just because it's important to mention, I've talked about this on my channel when we talk about ABs and how to do ABs, and I'm a real stickler for it has to be a true apples to apples comparison. And so I have exactly the same cartridges. I have 2 cartridges exactly the same mounted on each arm. Each arm is a direct feed into the Kronos phono stage.
Which cartridges?
It's the MySonic Lab Signature Platinum,
And,
or Platinum Signature.
and then it's the big system consists of?
Oh yeah, it's our big reference system. We're using the Kronos, the full analog solution with the Kronos phono stage. We're using an AudioNet Stern line stage, AudioNet biamped Heisenberg mono amplifiers, YG acoustics, XVI loudspeakers, a pair of JL Audio subs, and Kabbalah Sosna realization cables throughout.
Well, let's cue it up and let you guys decide. Here we go. Chronoscope. Team 1.
Apprivoiser, et c'est bien, on va qu'on l'appelle, s'il lui convient de la fusée. En effet, mais la sous-prière, la parle bien, l'autre se tait. Et c'est l'autre que je préfère, il n'a rien dit, mais il me plaît. Jamais connu de loi, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Il vient, s'en va, puis il revient. Tu crois le tenir, il t'évite. Tu crois l'éviter, il te tient. L'amour est enfant de bohème. Il n'a jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Et si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Et si je t'aime, si je t'aime, En effet, menace ou prière, la parole vient, l'autre se tait. C'est l'autre que je préfère, il n'a rien dit, mais il me plaît. L'amour est enfant de poème, il n'a jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Oiseau que tu croyais surprendre, battu de l'aile et s'envola. L'amour est loin, tu peux l'attendre, tu ne l'attends plus, il est là. Tout autour de toi, vite, vite, il vient, s'en va, puis il revient. Tu crois la tenir, il t'évite, tu crois l'éviter, il te tient. L'amour est enfant de bohème, il n'a jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Et si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Et si je t'aime, prends garde à toi.
Well, wasn't that awesome? Thanks for watching. Bill did a great job explaining the differences between the arms. I love the little honeycomb thing in the head shell and
Yeah.
how it's all designed.
What it looks like is just so beautiful.
It's just
The
so
look is
beautiful, so beautiful. And then you hear what we hear. So on the Carmen suite, her Rosie Middleton's voice was just right here in the room with us in an organic way with the Discovery. So viewers, thank you for watching. Reviewers View here at GTT Audio in New Jersey. Reach out to Bill Parrish. Reach out to Louis Desjardins. The Discovery Tonearm is the bomb. Peter Berninger
Terrier and Jeep.
for AVShowrooms.